Welcome back to the hottest marriage show in the world. It's I, John D. N.
Kanika.
A.K.A.
Dude.
In Too Much Podcast. Rescripting the culture one conversation at a time. I apologize. I was a little tongue-tied trying to make my better half smile. Because, look, I'm trying to figure it out. I really am. Sometimes I promise I wasn't trying to make her upset. But I love her. So she looked just to show you how serious she is about this. She's doing this episode, and she didn't even know I was going to say this, but I'm sorry for making you feel the way that I did. Because the way that I saw that, I didn't know that I was making you feel like that, and I'm sorry for that. I'll do a better job next time with trying to understand without causing conflict. Anyways, please forgive me again. I love you for real, for real. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything on your mind?
What were you going to say?
I was going to say your love languages. You know, I really don't believe in it, but I want to talk about it because I know that at one point it was really big when people like if they knew they love languages. And I was wondering, did you know what yours was and did it ever change or has it always been the same? Because honestly, right now, I think I know what your love language is, but I'll humbly admit if I'm wrong. But I just want to know if it changed from like when you were growing up before you learned about it. You look back what it was and how you felt, and then to this point.
What are the love languages of you?
No, I don't know. But I know that I feel like you're supposed to know it. Like, what is it? Like gifts, affection, like through touch or something like that. Words of affirmation or something. And time, I think.
Yeah, I felt like there were 5 of them.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So I guess I should look it up because I said that I didn't want to like.
Physical touch wasn't really.
It is 5.
Was.
All right. Let me see. Acts of service, gifts, words of act. So acts of service.
Yeah.
That's the one we miss.
So yeah, it was different. Growing up, I think it was definitely quality time. There was a point between you and I where that wasn't a concern for me. So it would have been acts of service. I didn't care about gifts as much, but
I learned.
But acts of service, that was really key. And then it came back to quality time. So I guess depending on where I was, it was different. What about you?
Well, I thought it was quality time.
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think just because of our relationship now, like it's legit quality time.
Yeah.
And I feel like our relationship blossomed a lot more. And I feel like if that was your love language, I don't see how the other things were going to do what we did. So
yeah, I don't need words of affirmation. Yeah, none of that stuff. But what about you?
I think probably it was just I always thought it was physical touch in the beginning.
Was that like growing up?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah, dumb.
Well, I mean,
I don't think anybody's love language is like not if they have a real relationship because that's physical touch. It's gonna slow down.
I mean, it is human nature though.
Human nature for what?
To want to connect with people, especially physical connection.
Well, I know I'm without a doubt, but I'm just saying it's not as often as people would think it is. Like in a successful relationship.
Some will argue that.
No.
Some will argue that.
Yeah, and I want to talk to them.
Okay.
I got real questions.
So you got physical touch. So where did it change?
And I thought gifts.
I know. He used to get very expensive. I've never seen somebody get gifts the way that John did. Well, I was like, it made me feel, okay. So just to give you a story about us. So our first Christmas. Our first Christmas. John used to always wear fleeces. This fleece story is going to go down for the rest of my life. John used to wear fleeces all the time, like the little pullovers. So for Christmas, I'm like junior in college or whatever. But I've never had to really, I don't know. Anyway, so I go to Foot Locker. They got like 3 for $30 or 5 for $50, something like that, right? So then I was like, oh, I'm going to get him all of these colors because who wouldn't want more pullovers? This dude clown these pullovers so bad. And then I think that he did this on purpose. So he was talking to this other girl also. So that's why I was like, oh, 5 for 50, cool, So this other girl, I feel like he left out. This girl bought him, I don't know if it was 1 or 2 Nautica track suits with the pullover and the sweatpants, and he left the mugs out. Oh, I got them for Christmas. I was like, oh, for real?
Oh.
So I was like, oh, okay. So what he got me was these little glass dogs. If y'all remember in the mall, they used to have a little kiosk, and it was a little wooden platform with the mirror on it, and it would be little figurines, glass figurines. So he got me little dogs. And because I told him I wanted a dog, he said he was going to get me a dog. But he said, it's not time to get you a dog yet, so I got you this instead. Now, mind you, my grandmother, rest her loving soul, she said, he got you some dogs? I said, yeah, Granny, he got me some dogs.
You know how simple these women were at that time? This was symbolism. It was.
So,
that's the way. Look, check this out. She can clown it all she wants. Mine, I really thought about. She trying to act like because she didn't get him the way she wanted. Like at the end of the day, I know how I thought it was supposed to be.
Yeah,
so just shows you how shallow she.
Well, see, I thought I was getting you something.
I already had 1,000 fleeces.
You did,
all the colors, and she bought me some more.
Well, in my head, I was thinking, who wouldn't want this if they love fleeces? Like, he literally hung with people who wore hospital scrubs. Like, they just wanted to be comfortable.
Look,
so I was like, bet.
Are you telling me?
Look, I really thought that it was something that was, I always thought that the practical gift was the better gift. So.
I don't know anybody who would get somebody.
So that was.
More.
That was Christmas of 01. Christmas of 02. That was, you were leaving, weren't you? Spring of 02, you left? So, spring of...
we don't have to do this.
Oh, wait. So, we go to the next Christmas, right? This is after he's told me he loves me. So, now, what'd you get for that Christmas gift?
We are not going to go this direction.
I got him Gucci loafers. Now, never in my life have I ever spent that much money on anything. But it's what he did. He used to wear stuff, and it would be so like them Detroit people. I love my Detroit people, but y'all definitely had this Louisville boy out here wearing Gucci. So he wanted some Gucci loafers. I got him Gucci loafers. What did you give me that year? Was it the Movado watch?
Okay, we're doing too much.
No, it's not, because you got to get the point. So he's going on and on. John spends money. And I was like, why is he doing this? Because it's not even necessary. But then I felt like I had to do it because I got clowned for my 5 for 50. So we went through a few Christmases with some ridiculously priced gifts before it started to calm down.
No, it didn't calm down from me. It calmed down from you. I still kept giving you things because, like, in my head, looking back, it was because I wasn't creative enough. And I felt like if I give her these gifts, like it would express like I really care about you. Like, who's buying anybody this if they don't really care about something?
Right. Yeah.
So to me, I felt like it was compensating things I couldn't express.
Yeah. And I would have preferred the creative gift, which I would give him creative gifts, not the fleeces, but I did have some other like pretty impressive gifts. And that was always a problem for me because it was like, I was a student. Like John was working way more than I was working while in school. And so there was a pressure at the time to feel like I had to match whatever you were doing. And I never knew exactly what he was going to do. So it was like, but after a while, sister was like, these pockets can't run as fast as yours can.
Yeah, I didn't expect that from you anyway. After I think, so in my head, I thought when I lost a watch and I bought another one.
Oh, I was so hurt. I got him a watch. He wanted, I don't even know if you picked it out or you just said you wanted that type of watch. Mm-hmm. and he lost the watch, and I was so hurt. And he went and bought another one.
You didn't know until
yeah, I was like, what? Yeah, like this ain't the watch I got you. But I mean, on the flip side, he got me a really nice bracelet. And I don't know where that bracelet went. It's somewhere in the house. It had a nice lobster clasp. So I know I took it off somewhere and it was in the house. It wouldn't have broken off. But when I say I couldn't find that thing, I cried and cried and cried.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't want you to do that.
No, but I was horrified that I couldn't. But on top of the fact that it was after you had already lost the watch. So it was just like, I was so hurt by what you did. And then I said, and then I did the same thing. But getting back to what we were saying, gifts, I felt like if that's how you gave gifts, then that's how, because they used to say, whatever love language you express is what you want in return. And so I was like trying to match that. Hey, them credit cards was like.
Yeah, I'm so glad we're so far past beyond that. Because, this is one of the biggest blessings. One of the biggest blessings that you didn't fall in love with that lifestyle.
Oh yeah.
'Cause I was like, there's no way I could have afforded to continue that way.
Look, yeah, that lifestyle was. I was like, nothing. I didn't need it.
Like my credit cards was like.
Well, I don't necessarily even know, and I wonder if, and I don't know if how many women are like that though. But like, I thought that they were really nice gifts, but I knew that they weren't necessary. And I don't know. You don't have to break the bank, but I think a lot of messaging out there right now is that that's the one. So. I don't know. I always thought like this is so much money that didn't need to be spent, like, or could have been somewhere else.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So I hate that you felt like you needed to do that.
Well, I mean, I had to land it somewhere. I look, if I didn't give you that, what was I giving you? Oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? So at least, you're like, these are expensive. No, but
like, golly.
So I guess the love language now would be quality time. Like, because I think I do enjoy time with you. But like, I don't think people would understand how much time we actually spend with each other outside of work.
Right.
And I would be hurt if I got that taken away. Like, I feel like it's like something that you create something every time you get back together. It's almost like we be in the lab. Like, I know we on here, but we talk all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to me, I feel like, because I don't really pay attention to social media, or I've been keeping up with this rap stuff lately because it's been exciting, but I don't keep up with regular society stuff. And she knows everything that's going on that's worth talking about.
I'd be like that.
Yeah. She's like, she should probably get paid for as much as she be scrolling through social media. But my point is that she keeps me balanced, and like, she don't talk about it all the time, but if it's anything worth talking about, she'll bring up and we'll have a good conversation from it. And to me, I feel like she's my connection to the world, because to me, I feel like you stay informed.
I do, even the stuff that don't matter.
But sure.
Show me the receipts.
Owe me the receipts.
Yeah, I love that. I love all the silly stuff. I will pay attention to the stuff that might be serious. But even with that, like, I try to protect my own peace by the stuff I do look at generally are things that will make me laugh or are interesting to me. But heavy stuff, I try not to. Okay, that might not be true either. I have this new thing about listening to interrogations. That's the dark side of me, I think. That's a little heavy. But
yeah, she hasn't. I don't think she's shared any of those stories. But
they're so interesting.
I don't think they're that in it. I don't know.
It's interesting because they talk about body language.
Oh, I probably would enjoy it.
Yeah, like they talk about how if body language is like a pseudoscience, and you really can't depend on certain things. But if you see three different behaviors that mean something in succession or together, it can indicate that somebody is lying. I used to love this show called Lie to Me, where it was like a guy who was always trying to figure out how people were lying. But listening, like, it's a voiceover while you're listening to the interrogation, they're breaking down everything that the detectives already
I
know.
don't want to watch that.
I'm telling you.
You know what? When you said interrogation, I was thinking about like the worst, like, you know how they be like beating up people.
Oh yeah, they do. No, the police aren't doing. No. It's like for real cases. And
I was thinking that's what I thought. I was like, I don't want to watch.
Oh yeah, they're they're like sitting in the room and they're like using something called the read technique, and they'll walk you through it every time. So then you start to see the patterns of and it's so interesting. And in all the videos, they have like a licensed psychologist, different types, people from different disciplines that all get to weigh in on what's happening in the room. So they're all putting all of it's like anything with a multidisciplinary team, I think is always the best. So all of them come together with their notes on what's happening. And then the voiceover communicates what we should be seeing or what we're thinking about this or what we should be noticing about it as we're going along. And it's fascinating. Now, the cases are horrible because it's usually someone has been really hurt or whatever. But the gall and the audacity of the people who are sitting there and they really think that they're not going to get caught is amazing to me. Even like in talking, like when you're talking and they ask you a question and they'll be like, they'll be like, no, not as far as I know. And they say, you see that right there? That allows them the flexibility that if you drop them a hint about something and it starts to close them in, they have a door to come back out. So then they'll be like, not that I know of. And then later on, they'll be like, oh, you know what? As a matter of fact, I did see that person. But because you said not that I know of and before, you're not.
No, you're
not committing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so I'll be sitting there like, oh my goodness.
I want to watch it. Well, I know I want to watch it.
Yeah. So sometimes when I'm like doing something mindless, like, or even like if I'm walking the dogs or I'm out in the yard, I'll be playing interrogations. It's so crazy. Because it'll be like, and I feel weird because I'll even have them playing in the car when I go to pick John up or the kids will come get in the car and then the sound will come back on when you turn on the car. My phone will hook to it and it'll be like, they found the body. And I'm like, that's probably not what people want to hear when they get in the car with you. But that's exactly, yeah, I think that is so fun. But anyway, that's my new thing.
Well, it look like that's the quality time that we're going to enjoy.
Yeah, after.
Yeah, and we can, for sure.
Yeah.
And we can make that happen. Anybody you want to give a shout out before we get out of here?
No, not today.
Who do I want to give a shout out to? All of y'all for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Social media has increased a lot for us. So keep sharing and hopefully one day somebody will pick us up so that I can have some supplemental income for my family.
Okay.
Anyways, y'all make today better than yesterday. Don't worry about anything you can't control. GATA. Get after that action or that action will get after you. Be great on purpose. Boom.